welcome back to Heather at Home. Today I am in my kitchen again. This week I am still feeling really tired. I don't know if it's because of the change of seasons, sort of going into autumn, whether that's making me feel a bit sleepier. And this week I think I'm going to give myself a bit of a challenge and try and get a run of early nights. So come back next week to see how I get on with that. Today I thought I would show you a bit of our kitchen, and in particular our kitchen banquette. It's a really good word, go on, say it, banquette. I love it, banquette. A banquette is basically a built-in seat, like a bench, normally against a wall. It's sort of what makes like a little booth or something in a restaurant or diner. About 2 years ago I wrote a feature about banquettes, and while I was researching it I really fell in love with the idea. We had had our kitchen done. We knocked through to make one big open plan space, and we had the kitchen table in the middle of the room. Now our ground floor space is quite a weird one. It's open plan, it's all L-shaped. And what that meant was that we had the sort of kitchen area, and then we had the living room area at the end, and in that sort of midway corner bit of the L was a bit of a dead space. Never quite knew what to do with it. It always felt a bit wasted, like we weren't utilising it properly. So I thought maybe putting a dining area in there would be a good answer. Talked to Ben about it, and he really liked the idea of a banquette as well. But we're completely skint, and I just didn't think it was something that would realistically happen. The twins and I went on a trip to New Zealand to visit my brother. He was getting married, and Ben had to stay at home. While we were away, without us knowing, he built a banquette. It was a really amazing surprise. Normally, you know, I have quite a lot of input into what we do in the house, and this time he had gone off and sort of designed something himself. But I really, really love it. And it is just such a better use of space. It really makes use of that space between the kitchen and the living room. It's quite a narrow space, so if we tried to put the dining table down there, once you have to factor in pulling chairs out and all of that kind of thing, it just felt like too tight a squeeze and like you blocked the flow to walk through round to the living room. This way, it's much more compact. It really maximises the space in that little nook. It also opened up the kitchen, freed up this space in the middle of the kitchen so we could put a kitchen island in. I had always wanted a kitchen island, but the problem was when we got back from New Zealand, the banquette had been built, and we just didn't have any money to buy an island. So I turned to eBay, and I spent quite a long time searching for something that would work, that was within our budget. And finally I found this, which was an old school lab bench. It's not too big, so we can still open the dishwasher, you know, open all the cupboards, and it gives us an extra workspace plus the storage underneath. The banquette, I love eating at it because it's more informal, it feels quite cosy, it's quite intimate over there, we all sit together. One thing I was really panicked about when I got home and the banquette had been built was what was there before was a large kitchen dresser. And I was like, where am I going to put all my stuff? But Ben is a clever man. Under the seats, there's lift-up lids, and there's cupboards under there, and then at the ends of each of the benches there's a pull-out drawer. We had originally planned to get the seats upholstered, but having looked at a number of websites and sort of toyed with fabric ideas and not quite sure what colour to go for, I've actually decided that I really like the painted wood, I like the simplicity of it, and also while the kids are young, it is so easy to wipe clean as it is at the moment without having to worry about wipe clean fabrics or any of that. Now obviously this is a DIY job to beat all DIY job. It would sort of test even a really competent DIYer, unless you're like Superman or Superwoman when it comes to DIY tasks. You'd probably be wise to get a carpenter in to build this for you. It's a great option if you're pushed for space in your kitchen but you want that sort of kitchen diner feel, and that table and banquette are really like the focal point of this area. We sit there, we have a coffee and chat in the morning, the kids sit there and do their homework in the evenings, we prepare food together down at the table. It's made this space so much more workable for us as a family. So I hope that's given you some ideas for your own kitchen. If you have liked this video, then please give it the thumbs up. If you want to see more, then subscribe to my channel, Heather at Home, and I will see you back here with my sleep tips next week. Bye!